Hi, Lisa Wilson, Human Resources Cultural Consultant. Sorry, I choked on that. Um, Wanted to pop in today and talk about boundaries as a leader. So, when I'm coaching leaders, one of the things I'm always talking about is yes, it's important to be there for your team and you set the culture, and these are messages I give all the time. But part of your culture needs to be self care. And doing that means that we need to take care of ourselves as a leader. And one of the things we do need to do in that is set times for ourselves to get the work done that we need to do. So, for example, we've all heard the terms open door policy. Everyone's going to have an open door policy, and that's so important. The idea of this, if you haven't heard of it, is that your door is always open. People can always come and see you, and they're welcome to interrupt you basically whenever. I work with leaders often that, yes, open door policy needs to be there, but on occasion you need to close the door. So think of it more like office hours. If you went to a college or a university, your professor would say to you, okay, they would give you their lecture, and then they would say, I have office hours from this time to this time. So you knew that's when you could go and see them. Now, for leaders, often we do the opposite. So our office hours or our not available hours are shorter usually, but it is important to do that. If you have a meeting with someone, you wouldn't allow yourself to be interrupted while that person was speaking to you. So, why would you allow yourself to be interrupted when you're doing work for yourself? So, there are certain things that we need to get done that require our focus, and it's okay then to close your door and say, I'm not available. It's really just good self care. And then I get from people, oh, but then I'm not available for my team and whatever. But it depends what kind of culture you're trying to create. Are you trying to create a culture where everyone is constantly working and overwhelmed? I'm going to say most of us are going to say no to that. And the reality is then you need to make sure that you aren't in that space as well. Closing your door and setting some boundaries in that way allows your team to do the same for themselves. So you setting the culture means you behaving in a way that you expect your team to behave. Now, if one of your team members closes their door or asks not to be disturbed for a while, I expect that you respect that as well, because what's good for us is also good for our team, right? But you setting that example will help them to do the same and keep everyone from getting into that space of overwhelm and overwork. Sometimes there are things we just need to concentrate on, and it's okay to close your door or to ask not to be disturbed. Leading with Ease is starting again in September. I do have to change the times. I'm going to move, it'll now be Wednesdays at 2 p.m. and Thursdays at noon. We meet for 8 weeks in a row, 90 minutes at a time. I'm allowing up to 10 people in each section now. We go through all of the information in detailed form that we have in our book, and I ask that you're going to practice it as well. So the link will be in the I'm putting them in now. The link will be in the comments. So hope to see you there. Otherwise, you can always book a call with me to go over if this is the right course for you. Have a wonderful week.